right, y'all. This is our take. This is Mark, the moderator.
Maybe the process, Roosevelt Strong Island.
So, yo, money, I gotta throw this question out there. And yo, you ain't shout out Roosevelt, but never Baldwin. But that's a whole nother conversation for a different time.
Yeah, whole nother conversation.
Yeah. So I want to ask a NBA question, and I know it's hard to compare eras and got all of the reasons, this and that, but if you had to name your top 5 all-time shooting guards, what would your top 5 all-time shooting guards? Now, this does not limit to people you've seen or didn't see, okay? Because all-time means from the time of the Peach Basket until 2021.
Jeez, man. Mike, Kobe, Allen Iverson. I'm gonna go. That's where we start getting Mike, Kobe, AI. Obviously, I gotta go. I'm gonna go D Wade. Yeah, it gets fuzzy from there. Actually, for me, two guard. I'm lost, man. Yeah, it just gets so fuzzy when you start getting, because my like at the pantheon is Mike and Kobe, right? And then there's AIs and the D Ways and the my two guards, and the dag. I can't even name another two guard that I would think is an all time in my eyes, and it's hard to think all time. You know what I'm saying, Mark? That's very difficult for me. Yeah, I give me yours, man. I can't give you a 5.
All right. So, it is always, this is a conversation. I think the top 3 is no argument. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Allen Iverson. You stop there. The next 2, of course, is where I think because of this era, where do you put players at? And let me say it like this. I think we have players listed as point guards who are really shooting guards.
Yes.
We got shooting guards. We have shooting guards that are really point guards as well. At the end of the day, James Harden should be in this conversation, man. No, listen, his numbers is sick.
I got you.
His numbers are sick because listen, everyone. I don't use rings. That's a team accolade. That's a championship ring. Comes down to a team. When you look at the era, Allen Iverson doesn't have a ring. He's on this list based off of his numbers.
Okay, so wait, can I just give my disclosure again? I should have said this. I am not a believer in all time. I'm a believer in generations. That's just me. I'm a believer
but because
we're splitting hairs.
Because here's the problem. When you do generation and you do eras, then what you're trying to do is fill everybody into a certain bowl. So it's comfortable.
That becomes 100%.
It becomes comfortable. I totally get it. But if you're going to say, I always say when we talk about boxing, we talk about other sports, it's all time. When it comes to basketball, we split hairs and we put eras in bowls and say, okay, in that era. No, we can have an honest conversation.
I have a rebuttal to that though, Mark, as for boxing. Because boxing hasn't changed that much as far as what the specifics of boxing are.
There's no heavyweight champion.
What I'm saying is it's pugilism, it's boxing. Basketball has changed. 3-pointers, with stats, how far you put your 3-point back. You can't hand check nobody. So I just think that the measurement of change is a bit different in basketball.
But the talent in boxing has fell off drastically.
100%.
Okay, so that's a change also, because you had an era of boxing when you had great boxers, when you have no great boxers now. But let's stay on basketball. Why is it hard to have a conversation about all time when you look at a guy like James Harden and James Harden's career numbers alone? Who can we say is D Wade numbers, his career numbers, better than James Harden?
See, we keep going back to this. So if we look at just at points, rebounds, assists. That, if we're looking at just that specifically, then no, D-Wade's numbers are not equivalent to James Harden. They are not. If we're going to say, is James Harden going to go down as one of the greatest of all time?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Without question, I could say that. Yeah. But as far as ranking him in my top 5 right now, I look at just more than stats.
What's just more? That. What's the more?
I look at playoff performances.
Mm-hmm.
That and James Harden, if you were to look at his career, tell me the game that stands out to you as playoff.
Like, I mean, hold on. James Harden had a couple of 40-point playoff games. I mean,
and
listen,
he hasn't been past he hasn't been to the final.
Without a doubt. But let me go back and I'm going to ask this question again. D-Wade, when we talk about help, we talk about help.
But that first ring he got, he
carried the team. He carried the team.
So
right but wait. But Shaq had, look at Shaq numbers as well. He didn't carry it alone.
I agree, but he didn't have what he had with LeBron and
no. But wait. But follow what I said though. But Shaq numbers helped him get to that pinnacle. That's all I'm saying to you. Listen, again.
Yeah.
James Harden has fallen short. Of course, that's a knock. But when I look at the careers, I keep saying it. I'm just saying, I look at. But now, let me go another way with
numbers,
this.
Mark, right? You're looking at square numbers, and that's it. Not wins, nothing like that.
No, we could put wins in there because, James Harden kept Houston in the playoffs for every single year. He was in the playoffs.
If we just going up for numbers, I'm going to tell you Dwight Howard was one of the best centers of all time.
Shut up, man. Shut up.
If you're just going off of numbers, I'm going to tell
you
that.
Howard center numbers will never match the top 3 in Kareem.
I said he's one of the best of all time.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. No. Hold on. Listen. I've always given Dwight Howard his props for his numbers. It's crazy. He doesn't. Right. He's not liked, but his numbers are crazy. But let's go back to this. Let me ask you a question. I'm going to throw a couple names out there at you. If you have Dwayne Wade on your list.
Mm-hmm.
Ray Allen, Clyde Drexler, Reggie Miller, George Gervin.
And like George Gervin, the Iceman, I again, my problem with George Gervin is if we're just squaring it on numbers, then I would potentially put him up there. But I haven't seen him play, so it's kind of not fair. You know what I'm saying? So it's me not seeing him play. But if we're going over square numbers, this is what I do with Oscar Robertson. When I look at Oscar Robertson's numbers, just cut it out. You know what I'm saying? Like cut it out. Like, you look at Kareem's numbers. You look at, a lot Wilt's numbers. Like, cut it out. Like, you can't deny what the numbers are. So, Ray Allen. I know a lot of people talk the Ray Allen stuff, but I don't think Ray Allen's top 5.
Why not? Why not?
That's just me. I'm just going. This is me with my eyeball test again, Mark.
But hold on. But I'm asking the question, why not? Because once again, if you're going to say you don't think he's up there, based on what? What are you basing that on?
I'm basing that on who's ahead of him. I'm basing that on the mic. I'm basing that on the effect of Kobe. I'm basing that on the effect of Iverson. And one can argue that Iverson should be the second best shooting guard in the league. And the reason why is because he's never had help. He never had Shaq.
Listen.
One can argue that.
I can't argue that. I mean, listen, I would definitely say that. I mean, but those that love Kobe will never agree with you because they're always going to put Kobe number 2 next to Mike. That's what it's going to be.
And listen, God bless Kobe, man. Kobe is one of the GOATs. So let's not kid ourselves. But Iverson has done it with nothing. You know what I'm saying? We talk about Ray Allen. Can Iverson have had Glenn Robinson? Can Iverson have had, the guys around him in the LeBrons and the Chris Boshes, and Dwayne Wade, and Ray Allen was on the same team. Ray Allen had, no, that was Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and it was Ray Allen, yeah. Like, Ray Allen's played with some big-time players in it. So when you start talking about him being up there in top 5, that's where, again, the super team gets you kind of it's the knot. You know what I'm saying? So,
So even if you put Dwayne Wade in that 4, who would you sit at 5? I'm throwing the names out. I'm throwing names out there at you. Clyde Drexler, Ray Allen, Reggie Miller. Would they be number 5? George Gervin or James Harden?
I'd probably, again, eyeballing and achievement and stats combined, I'd probably go with Clyde. Just eyeballing achievement and stats. Yeah, I'd probably go with Clyde. I think Clyde was and again, his knock, he played with Hakeem, right? And when he got his chip, but he was killing in Portland. Let's not forget that. So yeah, I'd probably go that top 5. I would probably have to do some studying to really say, all right, this is my solidified top 5 off of the data I got. But yeah, it'll probably be Mike, Kobe, AI, Dwayne Wade, and Clyde Drexler. If you have the gun in my head.
Let me ask you a question. Do you see Steph Curry as a point guard or a shooting guard?
I see Steph as a 2. I get it. He brings up the ball, and they have a really weird offense that they run. You got a point forward technically in Draymond. Draymond can anchor the offense just as well. But I see Steph more as a 2, even though he plays a lot of the 1. But I see him more as a 2. Runs off a lot of screens and things like that. So I would say that. I know the pundits are going to say he's a point guard. You know what I mean? And if the point guard has been kind of redefined nowadays. The point guard does a lot more scoring.
He's a combo guard. He's a combo guard.
He does a lot more scoring, and he's going to pass the ball. There's not a lot of classic point guards left in the league, with the exception of who that doesn't shoot the ball. Let's keep that moving. But there's not a lot of classic point guards in the league anymore. The game has just changed, which is why I go back to saying it's hard. When I always go back to generations, because the game has changed per generation that you're in to some degree. Maybe not vastly, but it has. So yeah, I'd hold Steph at the 2 more. But if I were to hold him at the 2, he's not in my top 5. No. You know what I'm saying?
That's the argument that a lot of people would have with you.
If I was to hold him at my 1,
he ain't in the top 5 either. He wouldn't be there either. So that's interesting, and I think that's going to be a topic that we'll discuss at a different time. But let me throw this out. This is my top 5 in order: Michael Jordan, AI, Kobe, James Harden, and Dwayne Wade. That would be my top 5.
I'm like this James Harden stuff. I'm starting to notice this little theme with you with James Harden. But okay, I got you.
No, it's the fact is that I recognize what he's done. I've recognized money. The numbers is sick, man. His numbers is sick. I can't put not winning a chip and hold that against him, but then have Allen Iverson act number 2. No, I can't do the both because that don't make sense. So the chips is not a part of the conversation. To me, the body of work that James Harden had put in as a 2 guard and going as a combo guard, his numbers is sick, kid.
No, I agree. I'm not gonna. I can't argue that. I can't argue numbers. Numbers are numbers. Numbers don't lie. I can't argue that.
Yeah, that's all. But I put him above Dwayne Wade because of Dwayne Wade. To me, I don't know. It's just something about in that ilk of Dame
looks at this boy
of D Wade. I mean, listen, hold on. Let me say this, and people got to stop reacting. Everybody is not number 1. Everybody's not number 2. But to be in the top 5 of some of the names that have played that position is still a huge accolade. That is still huge. To even be considered in the top 5 says a whole hell of a lot, because then there's a bunch of dudes that is after that number. So, then in the end, but I know how people feel about James Harden. I know how they feel about him. But at the end of the day, I think I look at him and say, yo, the dude has had amazing numbers as a shooting guard in this league. That's all I got. But D Wade, that's not taking anything from D Wade. D Wade just didn't put up those kind of numbers. But D Wade did win more, but I think because he was on better teams. That's what I think. He was on because the pre-LeBron, the post-Shaq, that room there, Miami wasn't a good team. When D-Wade had to carry them, Miami was not a good team. I'm just keeping a buck.
All right. Well, I mean, I say, like I said, I only can refer back to when they won that chip against Dallas. I feel like D-Wade was the guy.
He listen. He had a great series, but let's do what we just did last week. And again, I'm going to keep it consistent.
Great playoff run.
Giannis had a great playoff run. We said, let's see what he do the following year. Am I right or wrong?
Of course.
Okay. Dwayne Wade had a great series and a great finals. What was the follow-up? Again, there's a gap there. The post that season, winning the chip, and LeBron coming in, there's a gap there that Miami was not that good. I'm just keeping it a buck. So if I'm going to say this about Giannis, I'm going to hold D-Wade to the same standard. I'm not going to change it.
Right.
But that's not knocking him. I'm just saying to you, I think when you look at the numbers consistent wise, the numbers what I'm going off of, when I put these two players' stats up, if I had to do a blind reveal, I think people will say James Harden numbers is going to be sick.
I got you.
That's all. But and what I try to do is get out of the feelings about the player, because I put AI above Kobe, and many people ain't going to do that. Many people ain't going to do that, kid. But
yo, can't wait for these comments.
But like you said, though, you said something. AI stature, the fact he didn't play with anybody, 100%. You put those factors in there of the body of work that AI put in, and at 5'9", 5'10" at best, kid, come on, man. Come on, man.
100%.
Come on. Yo, the most least likely cat to win an MVP in the NBA was Allen Iverson.
100%. I co-sign it. You're not gonna get it.
So I can't sit here, and Kobe was a great player. No one's saying Kobe wasn't great. Just the whole body of work that Allen Iverson put in. Yo, kid, I really put him up there next to Mike, kid. I put him at number 2. It's amazing what he did.
I co-sign that.
That.
Co-sign that. All day.
This is listen, I can't wait for people to see this and really hear the feedback. But it is what it is.
Comment.
Yes, comment. All right, yo, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Yo, this is our take, man. Peace out.
Hello.